Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. Today we'll be creating this chocolate collar and modeling chocolate ruffle cake. This is a 2-tier cake, so I'm starting off with the top tier. This was baked in a half dome cake tin. I'm cutting it in half, sticking it to a 6-inch cake board. That's on a temporary cake board, as you can see, that little plastic one underneath. Fill with buttercream like you normally would, and then create a crumb coat. I highly suggest adding a crumb coat and a final coat in a buttercream color the same as your ruffle. I thought this was red, it ended up being pink, so later on in the video I correct that by creating another layer in red. But basically, if you're using red ruffles, try red buttercream. Smooth it out and then pop it into the fridge to set for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, you can work on your bottom tier. This is an 8-inch cake. She is a delicious decadent mud cake, so I didn't feel the need to cut it in half, but if you want to, you could totally cut your cakes in half and fill them with buttercream as well. Create a crumb coat just like we did for the other cake, and then place in the fridge to set for 20 minutes. On goes our final layer of frosting. This is just an additional step to make it a little bit neater. However, because it's going to be covered completely in the ruffle, you technically don't need a second coat of frosting, but I'm going to make one anyway. I'm going to smooth it out with a flexible sheet, usually like acetate or something plastic will do the trick. You could go around the sides, or you could smooth it from bottom to the top. Totally up to you. Back into the fridge to set, and then just create that final layer again for your bottom cake. I'll have the recipe for the buttercream listed in the description box for you guys as well. Gently drag that top lip towards the middle, and once you're happy with the finish of your buttercream, back into the fridge to set. This here is modeling chocolate. I'll leave a card with the recipe on how to make modeling chocolate. It's also going to be a recipe featuring in our recipe book, which will be coming out soon. Here I've added red gel food color, like I had originally intended. And then I am going to roll it out nice and thin. What you saw me add to the countertop for non-stick purposes was cornstarch. I'm going to roll it out with a rolling pin. And what I love about modeling chocolate is that you can roll it out so thin and it's still pretty stable. It's much easier to work with than fondant as well, I find, except for when covering a cake. Fondant is a bit more flexible. Either one will work. If you want to do this with fondant, you can as well. Cut your modeling chocolate down into panels about 4 or so centimeters tall and about 15 centimeters wide. You're going to create these little ruffles just by folding in the ribbon and then give it a good solid pinch at the bottom. Run it along the top of your bench to flatten it out and to make sure that it stands up straight. Allow these to set. You can set them overnight if you like. And then I also made another batch in dark modeling chocolate, so dark chocolate base. For the dark chocolate base, I am going to dust it over in gold dust. This is a powder spritz bottle that I bought from a cake decorating store, but you can find them online pretty easily as well. For the chocolate collar, I've taken Nestle white chocolate buttons, melted it down with a little bit of oil, try to use something nice and pale like vegetable oil or sunflower oil. Into a little bit of it, I'm going to add some red gel food color, mix it through, and then pour it back into the main body of chocolate. Give it a good swirl just to blend the colors ever so slightly, and then pour it over the top of an acetate sheet that has been cut as tall as your cake and as wide as your cake, so it fits all the way around like a ring. Take a spatula and flatten it out. Don't be too stressed if you're mucking up all of that pattern. On the underside, it will show through perfectly. You only want it to be a couple of millimeters in thickness. After a couple of seconds, pick it up and very carefully place it on a different position on your baking paper, and that'll create that nice, sharp, clean edge. After a minute or two, as it begins to lose its gloss, you know it's ready to pick it up and gently drape it as tightly as you can around your cake. And this was an 8-inch cake that I've used here. Press it up against your cake as well. My cake came out of the fridge after a good 2 hours. So it was nice and chilled, which means our chocolate set beautifully up against it. Gently peel back your acetate sheet to reveal that gorgeous marbly, almost galaxy Saturn pattern. Saturn, like the planet, is what is a vibe that I'm getting from this. From here you can add in your bubble tea straws, your wooden dowels, or as I'm doing here, just the paper straws. This is a mud cake, so it's not going to soften out my straws. Release that top tier from the temporary cake board. You can see just underneath there is a cake board underneath the same size as a cake. And we're going to plonk it on top, sticking them together with a little bit of buttercream. We insert these dowels or these straws to support the weight of the top tier. Once you're happy with the position, you can take those modeling chocolate ruffles that we created and stick them onto the cake with a little bit of buttercream at the bottom of each ruffle. If your little ruffles are still flexible, you can fan them out ever so slightly so that you can hide the spaces in between so you don't see through to the cake. And then follow this all the way around until it's completely covered. Add a ribbon if you like. I found that was a little bit distracting. I wanted the pattern to show through. It was more important to me than the ribbon, so I took it off. But that's just another little something that you can add there. And that's it. That is how you make a really fun Valentine's Day cake. Very decadent and much tastier than fondant. I hope you guys enjoy this cake decorating tutorial and give it a go. If you recreate it, I would love to see it. #Rosie's Dessert Spot so I can check it out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.